needs no introduction. The one and only Sonal Mansingh ji. You can be a little more generous with your applause, ladies and gentlemen. Her achievements are phenomenal. When I was young, I started my career as an MC, as an anchor, and somebody told me, "तुम्हारा career यही है." वो career हो गया, लेकिन उस career में मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा. Banganga Festival, Elephanta Festival. These are festivals where first time I met Abba Sahab, and I was very young at that time, and I was a huge fan of his. So I asked him, कि sir, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? बोले, जो काम करो शिद्दत से करो. So that is something which I have learned from your guru and your father. So I have to start there. But then she's somebody who's not only his peer, but she knows and she's transcended those bastions which nobody else has. So let's ask Sonal Mansingh ji to please start the conversation and tell us what do we need to do as a country to strengthen our cultural roots. What do we need to do as a country to strengthen our cultural roots?
Where should I begin? So at the beginning, I want to offer my respectful namaskars, namaste to all of you and to TV18. It's rare that I get invited. The Dancing Mansingh, as I was called, in Japan Expo 70. What needs to be done for culture? In a way, not much, because the word culture is a bit heavy now, whereas when I was growing up, it was understood. In my school, in our daily life, and interaction with artists, interaction with friends, families, society, where festivals and so many beautiful things were celebrated as part of life. Culture actually, to me, means, Anand, refinement. Because it's like mud, which is shaped into a pot, and then it is put in the bhatti. Tapne se culture banta hai. Tapasya, sadhana. But in daily life, that kind of refinement of ideas, of thoughts, of behavior, of interactions, it all spells out culture. Now it has become dance and music, majorly, but it is much more. And dance and music, anyway, performing arts of India, are the traditions which have kept the soul of Bharat alive. The monuments go, they fall down, they burn out.
Ji.
Everything is transitory, but dance, music reflect generational ideas of Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. And that, to me, is culture, apart from 1,000 other things. So it's a very big point, Anand. You need to have a long one-day discussion about it.
We will. We thought we will start with a small conversation. And that's why, see, the performance itself left us wanting for more. We wanted to listen more to Ricky, more to listen to Ayan and Aman. So, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा to take this forward. Have you ever thought who after us? Abba Sahab had two of you. He coached you. He brought you up and he trained you. Have you ever thought, ki, are there too many people wanting to play the sarod today? Are there too many who want to learn Odissi? Are there too many who want to use Indian sounds, Indian music and take it to the world? How many of them are there? And is it all going to be there till 2047?
Firstly, adab and namaskar to all of you, respected elders and friends, to all the people here. You know, I used to ask my father, I keep asking him, I said, Abba, bahut zyada, there's too much of sarod, too much of sitar, too much happening. Competition has gone up. What should I do? He said your biggest competitor is not somebody who's better than you, but somebody who's more humble than you.
Wow.
So culture mein wo attitude is very important. You know, what ma'am was just mentioning, jo parvarish hai, background, you have to be humble, not arrogant. So there are many, many sarod players, sitar players, santoor, flute, much talented than Ayan and me. Firstly, I like to admit, not being modest, but the truth is, if we were not born to Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab, whatever Ayan bhai and I have achieved chota mota, isko bhi aur 25-30 saal lag jate hain. So the gratitude, you know, it should be the attitude, basically. There are many young musicians, but I would request the corporate houses, the way they're taking care of monuments now, they're preserving monuments and all, they should encourage the younger generation. Otherwise, like China, we'll end up having an old population of musicians. So the youngsters have to be promoted. We try and promote a lot of, I mean, I can't promote sarod players, to be honest. I don't want to. Yeah. But I promote a lot of tabla players, percussionists and all, who are much younger than me.
I think we are very blessed in India that culture, music, the fine arts, it's all part of our spiritual journey as well. That's most important because the very evolution, I think, of the fine arts, you know, leaned with spirituality. Yes. And that's why I think for us, we were very fortunate to be born in a family where music was the air we were breathing. So that's why we didn't look at it as a profession. We looked at it as a passion. It was a way of life. We didn't know better. And now, to answer your question, I mean, I don't think we have any dearth of talent. I think even the classical scene or the fine arts in general has also adapted to, you know, the changing times. It's reinvented itself with social media coming in, all that happening. There's so much content of all the great masters so easily available. Which, you know, hum log ek recording used to change our lives. One recording of that concert, वो सुन के मुझे लगा गाना बजाना हो तो ऐसा हो. But आप आज एक राग लिखिए या any performance of any artist, you know, you'll get thousands of hours of recording. So that's why the quality of musicians and performing artists now, it's brilliant because they're getting the ready-made research so easily available over a click of a button. But having said that, it's a long journey. I think you're a student till the last day you walk this planet. Yeah. And my father says he's still a student, so keeping that in mind, I'm yet to be delivered.
Right. Ricky, just final quick word from you, because you use a lot of Western instruments. You are also playing with a lot of Indian sounds. You're using ragas, themes. But do you see a shift away from Indian music or a return back to?
So yeah, so my music is primarily Indian, but of course, like, you know, with a lot of fusion elements. So I would like to respond to your question, I'd like to say that the most important thing is breaking cultural barriers. Because if you look at, let's take an example of Bollywood music. When a Bollywood composer or a Bollywood singer goes abroad and performs, let's say in USA or in Europe or Russia or wherever, the thing is that they manage to fill up complete stadiums, they manage to fill up complete auditoriums, but the people who show up for those concerts, 99% of the audience is the Indian diaspora, because they're not actually breaking cultural barriers. There are a few exceptions, but 99% of the audiences are usually the Indian diaspora. Whereas if you look at the Indian classical musicians, like Pandit Ravi Shankar, you look at Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, you look at Pandit Vishnu Mohan Bhatt, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia, all these amazing musicians, they are the ones who have actually broken cultural barriers. Because I remember when I was 19 years old, I watched a concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar in the Bay Area in San Francisco. Right. And what shocked me about that concert was that the demographic of the people in the audience was very representative of the demographic of the people within that city. So they had truly broken cultural barriers, and I think that's what's important. And the younger generation needs to be encouraged that if you are if you're craving for international recognition, then it's very important that to stick to your roots, to dig deep into your roots, figure out what is it that makes you uniquely Indian, and that is what will give you recognition all over the world, because you'll be true to yourself and true to your art.
Right, very well said. Big round of applause to all our panelists. And you said we need to celebrate the next generation, and I'm going to request Sonal Mansingh ji to felicitate one of our real heroes in the field of arts, culture, and heritage. I just want to play out the AV. Have a look at this AV and the story of this amazing talent. The first winner in this category, presenting the first winner in this category.
Sunita Jhingran Sharma, the woman with the golden voice, creates magic through her music. Born in a family of musicians, she has carried forward an age-old legacy, enthralling her listeners in the process. Renowned for her proficiency in Samaveda and the Ragas, Jhingran is a Hossaini Brahmin. She is a beacon representing the essence of India. Right.
तो मैं न्यूज़ 18 की बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार हूँ और बहुत ही शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ। इतना बड़ा कदम उठाया है उन्होंने। और एक बात और है, क्योंकि मेरी वाबस्तगी लखनऊ की सरज़मीन से है और वहाँ पर मैंने बचपन से, मैं स्वामी हरिदास जी की डायरेक्ट डिसेंडेंट हूँ। तानसेन जी बैजू बावरा के गुरु जो रहे हैं मेरे परनाना हैं, तो संगीत मुझे विरासत में मिला है। थैंक यू। और मैंने 20-25 गुरुओं से, घरानेदार गुरुओं से अलग अलग मैंने तालीम ली है। मैं मुख्तसर सा थोड़ा सा परिचय अपना, और सबसे आखिरी गुरु जो मेरी रही हैं वो बेगम अख्तर साहिबा, मलका गज़ल, मलका ठुमरी रही हैं। लेकिन साल भर तक शायद मैं सीख पाई, लेकिन इससे क्या, समंदर की एक बूंद ही काफ़ी होती है। और उस्ताद नसीर अहमद खान साहब आपके दिल्ली तानरस खां के घराने के मैंने ख़याल की तालीम ली। उस्ताद बशीर खान साहब सारंगी नवाज थे, किराने घराने की गायकी के सिद्धस्त कलाकार थे। उस अफजल हुसैन नगीना, ऐसे बनारस के पंडित हरिशंकर मिश्रा जी। तो एक कलाकार जो है वो समंदर होता है। और थोड़ा सा इतना लोगों ने टाइम लिया, मैं वहाँ मचल रही थी जैसे किसी शराबी को मैं कदे में गया और कुछ ना मिले तो क्या हाल होता है मियाँ।
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन प्लीज पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर। सुनीता जी,
कितना जुल्म किया है, पीछे रहिए।
नहीं, मुझे आपसे आग्रह है, मेरे पास समय बहुत कल्प है। मैं आपसे बहुत विनम्र अनुरोध करूंगा कि जी जी जी
सिर्फ मैं आपका 1 मिनट लूंगी
जी,
क्योंकि ये कहा है कि कलाकार खुद कलाकार साधना कर सकता है, तपस्या कर सकता है, लेकिन उसको उठाने वाले एक वसीला होता है। वसीला ज़रूरी है। तो एक शेर कहा है कि शम्मा बेकार है, दाद चाहूँगी ऐसे खाली ना बैठिएगा, कि शम्मा बेकार है जब उसमें उजाला ना हुआ, और हुस्न किस काम का अगर कोई चाहने वाला ना होगा। दिल्ली दिल वालों की है। दिल क्या चीज़ है, दिल क्या चीज़ है, हम रूह में उतरे होते। अरे मियाँ तुम चाहो तो चाहने वालों की तरह। और एक उस्ताद बरकत अली खान साहब की
सुनीता जी मुझे आपको टोकना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हम लाइव जा रहे हैं। सुनीता जी मेरे पास समय नहीं है, मैं बहुत अनुरोध करता हूँ आपसे।
आजकल मोदी जी का जमाना है और पहले इंसाफ होता है। मोदी जी का जमाना है, इतने बड़े बड़े लोगों का आशीर्वाद तो हम लें भैया, कुछ तो गुनगुना लेना, तो गूंगे बन के तो आए नहीं। तो आप लोगों की इजाजत है। एक उस्ताद बशीर, नहीं आप बैठे, आप लोग बैठे, आप क्यों खड़ी हैं? मान ढिठाई के लिए क्षमा चाहती हूँ। श्रुति कण खटका मुर्की गिटकरी जमजमा, ये गहने हैं, ऑर्नामेंट्स हैं। एरी फगुनवा में हो रे खेल रे कन्हैया गो, फगुनवा में हो रे खेल रे फगुनवा में और खेल रे कन्हैया, फगुनवा में हो रे खेल रे कन्हैया, फगुनवा में हो रे।
सुनीता जी, सुनीता जी, सुनीता जी, सुनीता जी, आपको 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 अगर मैं आपसे बहुत विनम्रता से कहूंगा, नहीं नहीं सुनीता जी देखिए, यहाँ एक लाइव पटल है, मंच है, आपको इसका भी आदर करना होगा जितना हम आपका आदर कर रहे हैं। प्लीज आइए, 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 ये आपका, आइए आइए, आइए 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 प्लीज, नहीं प्लीज आइए, ना प्लीज आइए। Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sunita Jingran Sharma ji and to all our panelists. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, please, I have.
A new development paradigm is in motion in Jammu and Kashmir. Central schemes directly benefit the people and the work is going on at the ground level. Several new highway national projects are sanctioned to be built.